I have no idea what I'm doing. This is very experimental. I have the urge to get my thoughts out there in some form or another. So, let's get started. So I just played Amnesia: The Bunker and beat it, and then I beat it again on a harder difficulty. Then I beat it in sandbox mode, and then I played the first level of Doom in this game. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Amnesia: The Bunker can run Doom. I do not play a lot of horror games. Whenever I do, well, sounds of pure bravery tend to come out of my mouth, and my family, of course, mistaking these sounds for fear, run into my room and tell me to shut up. I beat the game on the hardest difficulty. Been around the block with this kind of game. I think I can handle it. 12 hours later, I handled it. The game absolutely rocked! And I'm very excited about the next Amnesia game. If it's anything like this one, I'm there. I'm there day one. Okay? Setting it in World War One, the safe house, the bunker map. Oh, I'm a huge fan of small and dense areas being used to progress a story. Resident Evil 1 and 2, great examples of this. Going on an expedition, I'll call it, without the light was stressful. I can still make progress without my tools, and I can lose a lot of progress. But saving with the light in your safe house, you have a lamp. Saving with it is genius. And again, having a safe house like smack dab in the middle, it's great. Mistakes are gonna happen, and often they are deadly. However, having it set up to where you know where you're gonna be reset to whenever you die, you know it's your fault whenever you fail. The stress and fear in this game comes from knowing how much you have to lose, especially on a expedition that's going so far so good. But even if you lose, it's not terrible because now you know what to do. They they have a speedrunners achievement. I really want to try it under 2 hours. uh, if I had anything negative to say, it would probably be the backtracking. In the first area you go to, with the first one they say, hey, you should go here. There's a lot that you cannot interact with. A lot of pathways you can't go. By the end of the game, I had every tool available. My inventory size was maxed out. But the momentum was pushing me forward. I have the tools I need to escape. Why would I go back? I feel like I missed a bunch. I mean, not too much, but like, I mean, there's a cage, cell, I don't know what to call it. There's a spot with a whole bunch of empty bottles, and, there's some lore documents. Do I feel like I had a less of an experience because I missed it? No, but, it kind of sucks that I did. I did not want to go back to those spots. I was fully engaged. I wanted to keep moving forward. The game has a really good sense of player time engagement, if that makes any sense. Like, it takes a while to go from place to place, but, you're not spending 30 minutes driving from one location to another. And I mean, like, maybe my computer is a bit beefy, but loading times between zones are almost instant. Kind of seamless, honestly. Talking about negatives. The ending. The ending was a bit odd. I haven't played the other Amnesia games. Afterwards, I did doing a little bit of research. I do think it's cool how they're trying to make these connections. I think it was really cool how they connect, like learning the origin of this absolute horror show, but not playing those. I don't know how I feel about it. It felt a lot like they were trying to do a big set piece, but it's kind of hollow, you know? It's like you have these writings, these lore letters about some big horrible act that was performed here hundreds of years ago, and it's just like, okay, that's cool. Does that explain the random lightning underground that's happening? I don't know. I do think it's incredible the lore that they're building, but if you haven't played the other three games, it feels like they were trying to make it all come together here. The very end, though, that was very nice. Maybe I'm an optimist, but it felt hopeful. I think that's a good way to describe it. Ooh, and the sound! If you want to make a game scary, make everything have noise. It was top notch. They made it clear early on that the monster's attracted to noise, so everything making noise put the pressure on so hard! Every once in a while, the monster would make a noise. It would sound so close. I would hide under a table and nothing would happen. I'm sitting there sweating. Every time I tried to make a move for the closest exit, the monster would make another noise. I hate to admit it. I really do, but I would freeze. I froze a lot. It's kind of annoying, but not the biggest deal. Whenever I would get the courage to run away, I would run into the monster. It was a really good jump scare. If I had to call it something, fantastic. I tingled my brain, scratched an itch. My brain is a little bit weird. I like watching people play games that I'm playing. I saw a lot of other people's Let's Play. Whenever things would get intense or like I'm getting to a big moment, I would pause so I didn't get super spoiled. But they would find stuff that I would never have thought to look, in some of these places. And it was really like, I don't know how best to describe it. I felt like, we're connected as brothers in gaming. To be like, okay, because like back in the day, you didn't have the internet. You'd have to talk to your friend who played the game too. And it's like, oh, I was having so much trouble with this boss. You were really having trouble with that boss? That boss is easy. You just do this. And it's like, oh man. It was cool. It was cool. Going back for the second and third playthrough, mostly the second, it was really fun finding everything. For example, there's an achievement for distracting the monster. I didn't do that in my first playthrough, but I saw them do it, and I was like, oh, because you find a letter earlier talking about, I'm trying my best not to spoil it, talking about one of your fellow soldiers feeling weird, and it's like, oh, wait, it's clicking now. Wait, oh, wait, no! It was so sad. I wasn't like, crying, but my heart was breaking for this character. I loved it. I cannot say how much fun it was. It was really, for such a short game too. The replay value is incredible. They literally have a setting where everything changes, so you get a completely different gameplay experience. This this game scratched an itch I didn't know I had for a while. It feels, I'm not a big fan of horror games nowadays. A lot of them are like just survival games with horror elements instead of horror games with survival elements. There's a big difference between that. I mean, like, speaking on Resident Evil, I'm not gonna say what's been said a million times, but those original 3 games, whoo, peak. I'm not a fan of talking about things I don't like. I don't know if I'll do this again. Probably. I got a lot of thoughts that I want to say. Especially so I can stop thinking about them. I need to clear up space. Maybe a show. A lot of people do tabletop RPG videos. We'll see how it goes. I'm running out of words to say right now.